Good evening. My name is Dave Connect, Assistant Principal. On behalf of the Lenape Regional High School District and Seneca High School, welcome to the commencement exercises for the class of 2018. We would like to take an opportunity to recognize our teaching staff in the audience and also on the field, our hardworking secretaries and custodial staff, as well as our 3 retirees, Mr. Paul Horner, Mrs. Janice Weber, and Mr. Bill Cornell. Thank you for your hard work, time, and tireless dedication to the students at Seneca High School. I would also like to recognize the members of our Board of Education and District Administration and ask that you please stand to be recognized. From Tabernacle Township, Dr. Robert Bende. From Woodland Township and the President of our Board of Education, Margaret Eslow. And our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Carol Birnbaum. I would like to welcome our distinguished guests sitting to my right from our local municipalities, schools, and school boards. We appreciate all that you do in support of our students, our community, and Seneca High School. Thank you. At this time, would everyone please stand as the Seneca High School Air Force JROTC presents the colors and remain standing as our Seneca singers sing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please join me in a moment of silence to remember those who are no longer with us, including Nicholas Herriman, who would have graduated today with the class of 2018.
Sun comes to rise o'er the peaks, the pines adorn to a new day of learning. Behind classroom doors our eager young minds are filled with knowledge for yearning. Let us have pride here at Seneca High to be one. To the school where green banners fly, the home to the eagles of gold.
It gives me great pleasure to introduce our first speaker, the class of 2018 Student Council President, Casey Mitchell.
Good evening and welcome to the Seneca High School Class of 2018 graduation ceremony. I'd like to thank everyone who is in attendance tonight for their contributions to this momentous occasion. First, the graduates themselves. Congratulations. I'd also like to thank everyone else who has helped us reach this milestone, our families and friends, the Seneca High School faculty, and the Lenape Regional High School District administration and distinguished guests. This celebration would not have been possible without all your efforts. Thank you. Senior year is full of final moments. Final first day, final Friday night lights, final class trip, final school dance, final lunch and learn, final last day, and our final moment together, graduation. I grew up thinking that in order to achieve my goals, I had to do what was best for me as an individual. But in reality, many of my greatest moments aren't about me. They are about us and what we built together. One of those moments was winning Seneca Field Hockey's first ever sectional championship. It was the perfect way to end our final season, not because of the trophy, but because of the teammates I played beside. I watched as the midfielder sprinted to get the ball and then glanced at the scoreboard. 5-0, 4 seconds left on the clock. A smile overtook my entire body as I turned and ran toward my teammates. We had just made history. And in the final moments of the game, I wasn't thinking about playing in college or what I had done to help make this happen. I just wanted to hug my friends and coaches. Another moment that exemplifies the power of the connections we have made occurred during our last musical practice at Seneca High School. As we learned our bows, we all looked at each other around the stage. All of our hard work was finally going to pay off. In that moment, we were no longer thinking about the show, but how much we were going to miss those sharing the stage with us. All we knew was that we didn't want to have to say goodbye. I now realize that we don't have to say a final goodbye after all. We may be at the end of our list of final moments, but we are not at the end of the friendships and bonds we have created here. We will forever be a part of our Seneca family and can take that with us wherever our lives may lead. This isn't the end. It's only the beginning. See you all at the reunion.
Our next speaker is salutatorian for the class of 2018, Kayla Pfeffer.
Good evening, faculty, staff, graduates, family, and friends. It's truly an honor to be speaking to you all tonight. Sophomore year, I went to a concert, and after the show, my friend and I bought navy blue crew necks that read "Everything is copacetic" across the front in white lettering. Whenever I'd put on this particular crew neck and come to school, I'd get flooded with questions about the meaning of the word copacetic. And every time, I'd answer that it meant everything's all good or everything's okay. In truth, it means both of these things, but it also means that everything's in its place. That's an important sentiment for a group of 282 seniors about to beat their own paths in the world. Because right now, in this moment, everything for us is in its place. Everything is copacetic. And although everything may be copacetic for us today, that doesn't mean that we've achieved what we have without hardship. The all-nighters trying to pull off an entire project or paper due the next day, the arguments with family and friends, the trying to maintain a social life amidst the constant juggling of work and school and sports. And let's not forget about the infamous 2-minute difference between Seneca time and iPhone time, often making us late for classes. But with every challenge we faced, there was a lesson learned. The overarching lesson we learned these past 4 years is that without the downs, without the pain, the heartbreak, the grief, and the general grit of it all, our accomplishments would be that much less sweet and that much less rewarding. It's the journey that makes the destination worth it. Tonight is a celebration of intellectual growth, of new bonds that will last a lifetime, and of hard work finally paying off. But more importantly, tonight is a reminder that no matter how out of place things may seem in a moment, we can conquer any challenge, scale any wall in our way to achieve something great. High school has provided a glimpse of what's to come in the future. It has equipped us with the skills to pick ourselves up, push forward, and ascend to new heights. It has shown us that it's in the hardest times we grow the most, that it doesn't matter how many times you win or lose, succeed or fail, because in the end, we all have the potential to make it. We learned how to maintain our balance, how to see that good will always outshine the bad, and that even the deepest valleys have soaring peaks just on the other side. It's like Albert Einstein once said, life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. That's what we did these past 4 years. We kept moving. The hills get steep and you pedal harder. Life gets tough and you move a little faster. Today marks the start of moving on to something bigger than Chemung and Tabernacle, Southampton and Chatsworth. Today marks the start of becoming something bigger than Seneca High School. The something we'll become after graduating tonight is not entirely known, though. It is impossible to know. But whichever paths we decide to take, one thing will always be true. No matter where we're going from here, whether the times get tough or stay easy for a while, whether we are going it together or going it alone, as long as we overcome the obstacles that come our way, everything's going to be in its place, and everything's going to be copacetic. Thank you and congratulations to each and every one of you. I can't wait to see all the great things you accomplish. And always, remember who you are.
Next up is Senior Class President Mark Otto.
Good evening, graduates, family members, faculty, and staff. Wednesday, September 3rd, 2014, our first school day of freshman year. It doesn't seem all that long ago. However, in just under 4 years, we have grown from a wide-eyed crew of middle schoolers into a tight-knit family of determined adults with our eyes set on the future. We were all rookies 4 years ago, just getting into the swing of things. Our first class event was the Frosh Dance. We all remember this country jamboree, although we are still trying to forget it. As the year progressed, we'd attentively watch seniors in the halls, on the field, in the classroom, and in the nest, just to see how things were done the right way. We were given our first taste of the Seneca family. Sophomore year, we weren't the little kids anymore. We actually had underclassmen looking up to us for the first time in a while. That year, we moved down a few more bleachers in the nest and watched our football boys make a run to the state semifinal. We really started to see what all the buzz was about to be a Golden Eagle. As juniors, our eyes were once again fixated upon the seniors, but for different reasons this time. We anxiously watched our peers take the steps to adulthood that we complete today. And finally, senior year, 2 semesters filled with last football game, last pep rally, last dance, and my last address to the class I have had the honor to serve for the past 4 years. Every day, as I've walked through Seneca halls, I've felt this indescribable feeling. It is a sense of pride unmatched so far in my life. The feeling that the Seneca class of 2018 is one of the most motivated, unified, and enthusiastic classes to have ever walked through this school's doors. We must also thank our amazing teaching staff for their help. Now, however, our time at Seneca is up, and it is time to turn our efforts towards bigger and better things. Whether it be college, a trade school, the armed forces, or the workforce, or the Boston Red Sox. We're all ready for the next stage of our lives. The skills we've acquired, the mistakes we've learned from, and the memories we've shared will help us get through whatever life decides to throw at us. Whenever things seem bleak or you need some help, remember that your Seneca family will always be here for you to fall back on. Again, I want to thank you all for a perfect 4 years, and I'll see you all tonight at the Senior Send It. Congratulations, class of 2018.
Please welcome the valedictorian of the class of 2018, Alexis Tierney.
Hello, everybody. I'd first like to welcome you all again to our graduation. Parents and grandparents, siblings and teachers, this day is the culmination of a long 12 years of hard work, procrastination, completed homework, incompleted homework, juggling school and sports and clubs and life. And here we are at the end. It seems like this has been the goal, the big finish for so long, and now we are here. This is the springboard we are all bouncing off from, what we have learned and how we have grown in our years at Seneca. Those who know me know I don't really care to give out advice because, frankly, we are all in the same position to go forward and make terribly wonderful mistakes in our future. As Chandler Bing would say, I'm not so good with the advice. Can I interest you in a sarcastic comment? But here we are, being released out into the world. Some pretty exciting things await us. A lot of us are going off to school next year, and from what I've heard, we are spreading out all over. Some of us are entering the military and serving our country. Some of us are going straight into the workforce. And as different as our lives are going to go from this point forward, we always have this one thing connecting us. We are Seneca graduates. I sincerely hope everyone is leaving high school with positive memories, and while many of us are going to look back on football games and dances and concerts, shows and pep rallies, and rushing in to beat the morning bell with fond memories, there are still so many more exciting things waiting for us in our future. In the next few years, we are going to experience so many new things, eating pizzas at 3 in the morning, working all night to finish that paper we swore we wouldn't put off, going out with our friends for some drinks at Starbucks, maybe falling in love, maybe earning our dream job. If our next few years are anything like some of the stories I've heard from my parents and their friends, then oh boy, there are some crazy funny things awaiting us all. Even though these last 4 years have been full of memories, for some reason, one of the only funny stories I could think of was this weird day in study hall when one of my friends brought in a whole bunch of apples and, well, I was absolutely determined to rip it in half with just my hands. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? If you grip an apple just right and twist and pull at the same time, you can split it right down the middle. It was an odd moment of sheer determination. I must have spent a good 30 minutes working on that apple, and once it finally split open, I was so happy and excited. And then I realized I was an idiot who just wasted half her study hall trying to split an apple in half. But it made me think about something. That apple was probably a very good representation of what the next chunk of our lives will be like. We are all leaving the school we have been a part of for so long. It was our normal, and now we are all in for a big change, a weird change, maybe a hard change. And some challenges will take us plenty of time and effort to crack, but in the end, we'll split that apple. And that is what I hope for all of us to achieve in our lives, to find something that we are determined and excited to accomplish, whatever that ends up being. We have worked hard for a long time, and now we have a short break before the hard work starts all over again. There will be projects put off, Netflix and YouTube rabbit holes fallen down. As Michael Scott said, when I discovered YouTube, I didn't work for 5 days. He couldn't be more right. But here we are, ready to graduate. The lockers are empty, the caps are decorated, and for better or worse, they are kicking us out of here. I have to again thank my parents for all their love and support, and thank all parents, guardians, and support systems in our lives for everything they have done. We have been a memorable class at Seneca, and if the pattern of success in the class of 2018 continues, I have no doubt of all the great things we will go on to accomplish. Congratulations again, and thank you.
Recognizing the top 10% of the class of 2018 are junior class officers Jonah Mikulski and Alyssa Fox.
When your name is called, please stand and remain standing until all names have been read. Jenna Rose Birnbaum Kaminsky. Caitlin Ann Birnbaum Kaminsky. Shannon Marie Briggs. Alexa Ray Brown. Samantha Grace Durkis. Abigail Grace Detweiler. Owen M. Dwyer. Brian Alexander Eno.
Demetra Eleni Fato. Sebastian C. Friend. Megan Ray Glenn. Madison M. Grudy. Grace Brittany Heineman. Sarah Emily Jamerson. Emma Grace King. Brady Lawrence Moore.
Sarah L. Moschini. Mark Vance Otto II. Hannah Constance Packard. Esther Sojong Park. Kayla A. Pfeffer. Ethan Jacob Pfeffer. Raquel Angelique Quinones. Abigail Joan Wren. Claire Robbins. Stephen E. Rodishin. Olivia J. Sidlecki. Olivia Lee Spector. Alexandra Julia Thorpe. Alexis M. Tierney. Rachel L. Tossi. Melanie June Weaver. Ladies and gentlemen, the Seneca High School Class of 2018 Top 10%.
Seneca High School puts an emphasis on the importance of regular attendance in terms of academic and career success. There are 4 students in Seneca High School's class of 2018 that achieved the accomplishment of perfect attendance during their 4 years. This accomplishment is a very rare and singular one and deserves the highest plaudits. It is with great pride and satisfaction that I commend the following students for achieving perfect attendance during their 4-year matriculation at Seneca High School. When I call your name, would you please come forward and receive a plaque? Catherine Kromek. Gabriella DeMena. Michael McMullen. And Zachary Zoltowski. Seneca High School also has 7 graduating seniors that have earned straight A's all 4 years. Would the following seniors please stand to be recognized for this amazing academic accomplishment? Alexa Brown, Kayla Pfeffer, Raquel Quinones, Abigail Wren, Alexis Tierney, Rachel Tossi, and Melanie Weaver. Thank you. At this time, I would like to recognize all of the senior scholarship winners. Scholarships are awarded during our academic awards ceremony. Please refer to your program for a list of those scholarship winners. I would now ask that all seniors who received a scholarship to please stand. Please join me in a round of applause for the scholarship winners for the Seneca High School Class of 2018. At this time in the ceremony, we would like to acknowledge those who give their time and service to represent our country in the military. We ask that anyone who has served or is currently serving our country in any branch of the military to please stand at this time to be recognized. Please remain standing. Please remain standing as we ask any graduate who is going on to a branch of the military to stand and join your brothers and sisters in the military to be recognized. We thank you all for your selfless act to serve our country. Thank you. And now it gives me great pleasure to introduce the principal of Seneca High School, Mr. Jeff Spector.
Good evening. Before I jump into my prepared remarks, the class of 2018 was a little antsy this morning. They put a little fire in my eyes. Certainly not the way I want our last interaction to be. So I want to call Tom Scarpello up to the stage to join me to maybe give you something better to remember than this morning. Now, this is going to be a little bit of an experiment. It's hard for people who don't understand what it's like to be a member of Seneca High School and how much this group of young people care for one another. Two people who are not participating tonight, but who I believe are in attendance somewhere out there and have been a significant part of this senior class are Kathy Tetrolt and Jason Magipinto. And of course, you all know Jason. Well, I want to try something that will demonstrate to the people in the audience, they won't really understand it, but you will, what it means to be a part of the Seneca family. So now, we didn't practice this today, and I will need all of you to participate, including our staff, and I need you to be loud, right? You can turn to someone to do it, or you can just do it in the air. But let's show everybody what Seneca family is all about. And let's also make Jason proud. Okay, you with me? One, wait, is everybody with me? Everyone knows what we're doing, right? Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, boom! Thank you. When all of you get home tonight, you can ask them what that's all about. Good evening. It's an honor to be the principal of Seneca High School. We are part of a school district led by an extraordinary Board of Education and a supportive central office administration. Our communities value and support education and are built on the core values of volunteerism and civic responsibility. Our tireless teachers are dedicated support staff are second to none. And last but not least, I am surrounded by the most remarkable group of 1,200 young people, including these young men and women sitting in front of me tonight. Tonight, we are not only recognizing the class of 2018, but we are also celebrating the Seneca family, and we want to highlight some of its virtues. I like to listen to podcasts. My wife would argue that that's an understatement. Though they can be hit or miss, I listened to a podcast about a week ago that really moved me and left me meditating on the class of 2018. The podcast was an interview with an Olympic gold medalist, Katie Holloway. Well, I should say a Paralympic gold medalist, Katie Holloway. Think about someone being described with the fire in their eyes. You saw that this morning. What comes to your mind? One might say it's intense anger, while other thinks it portrays severe determination. Having fire in the eyes could be someone who has a laser focus while facing adversity, but for me, after listening to the podcast about Katie Holloway's journey, I would say fire in the eyes describes a person with impenetrable insistence. Katie Holloway describes fire in the eyes is what you feel like when you are at your best. Katie was born without a fibula in her right leg at the age of 20 months old. She had her left foot and ankle amputated. In high school, she played basketball and softball. Then Katie went on to become the only woman to ever play Division I basketball with a prosthetic. Not stopping there, Katie went to the Olympics and won a Paralympics gold medal in seated volleyball. Now she focuses on helping others to excel in the face of adversity, inspiring young people to play adaptive sports. During the podcast, I listened as Katie talked openly about her insecurities and what it took for her to find her purpose. As a child, Katie faced many challenges, mental and physical, as can be expected. She suffered from low self-esteem. One thing that stood out to me as she described her childhood and adolescence was that she boldly acknowledged how difficult she was to the ones she loved, particularly her parents and her sister. Yet as she matured into a young woman, she recognized that it was her family's unconditional love that she counted on. While it was tough and demanding at times, Katie's family allowed her to lash out and brace themselves for her anger. angry episodes, while giving her a mixture of space and support, until she accepted that while she was unique, she was more importantly not alone. Katie admitted she always knew that her parents loved her, would continue to nurture her and protect her to the best of their ability. I think we can all relate to those emotions. As the podcast continued, I was intrigued with the passion and perseverance and the extinguishable fire in her eyes, a fire in the eyes of this graduating class of Seneca High School, and I think Mark spoke about that. How did she get it? How do you get it? It's important to recognize what Katie did. Her family's patience, guidance, and protection in the form of immense love created that spark. Like Katie, the unconditional love you receive from your family has great impact in building the passion and perseverance that creates the fire in one's eyes, that thing that allows you to leave here today and do great things. So class of 2018, know that when your parents nag, their intentions are not to irritate you. It is just well-intended advice. When they ask you to clean your room, it is their way to say, be organized. Asking you to empty the dishwasher is teaching you to tackle assigned tasks. Telling you to call your grandparents is their way of telling you to acknowledge the people that love and care for you. When they say be careful, it's their way of saying, please come back to us. And when we say we are proud of you, we are acknowledging what you have accomplished. But if you expect your high school graduation to be a miraculous passing in which your parents will stop doing what they do best, nag, hassle, advise, worry, suggest, and praise, well, I'm sorry to say, they won't, ever. So listen more intently. Underneath your loved one's words is a means for them to express how much they love you and that they only want to arm you with the skills, enable you to progress as they protect you. Why share a message about fire in the eyes, about passion and perseverance, about lashing out to those who we love while trying to listen at the same time? Katie Holloway has a fire in her eyes and is a difference maker, and I see it in all of you. Today is a spark. Light the fire and allow your passions to make great things happen. Persevere through challenges. You are the difference makers, not for the future. You are the difference makers for now. And if the world doesn't have faith in you, or you begin to lose faith in yourself like Katie did, I remind you tonight that your parents and your principal have the utmost confidence in you. I know tonight is bittersweet. It sounds so cliche, but graduation is a combination of feeling elated to finish this passage mingled with the uncertainty of what the future holds. Celebrate with the people who have supported you to this point, and always keep your eyes open for people who embrace who you are and will kindle the fire in your eyes as you make your corner of the world the best it can be. Katie was asked in an interview her favorite quote. It is from Groucho Marx, a brilliant comedian from years past who probably none of you know. Each morning when I open my eyes, I say to myself, I, not events, have the power to make me happy today. I can choose which it shall be. I have just one day today, and I'm going to be happy in it. A shout out to Michael Gervais and his podcast with Katie for sharing her story, inspiring my thoughts for this evening. Class of 2018, you have persevered in your studies, in your extracurricular activities, and your social life. You are awesome. Embrace it. Strengthen that fire in your eyes and choose to be a difference maker, not just for you, but also for our world and all that is in it. The future is now, and with that fire in your eyes, the world just better watch out for the Seneca graduating class of 2018. Thank you for inspiring all of us, and thank you so much for allowing me to be your principal. I am so proud of you. Congratulations.
Seneca High School is built on a foundation of a strong partnership between students, teachers, parents, and administrators. That link happens as a direct result of the work of the Seneca Parents Group. This is not a fundraising group, rather one that works with the school and its students to identify and discuss the happenings within our community. Under the leadership of Colleen Tassel, the group has grown to over 300 members and is vital to our school. Colleen will be stepping aside this year with the graduation of her daughter, Rachel, but we are pleased to honor her with an honorary diploma for her great work for the students of Seneca High School. Ladies and gentlemen, Colleen Tassel. It's with great honor that I introduce the Superintendent of the Lenape Regional High School District, Dr. Carol Birnbaum.
There we go. Good evening to the distinguished guests from our K-8 schools, our local municipal officials, parents, families, friends, faculty, and support staff who join us to celebrate the commencement ceremony for the Seneca High School class of 2018, and most importantly, good evening, graduates. Instead of reciting phrases about how bright your future will be, or attempt to hand you a life lesson you may soon forget, I'm going to talk about love and how your love of learning, love of hard work and service to others, and love of each other have contributed to this magical place, the Seneca family. Now, you may humbly credit those around you, such as your teachers or administrators, for fostering the Seneca family environment. And while I recognize they are key contributors, I'm quick to point out that you are what makes Seneca special. Last year, in a meeting with students, one of you told me that going to Seneca High School is like being in a warm hug. What an awesome statement. Think about a warm hug. Hugs come when we greet one another, when we celebrate our victories, when we accomplish something grand. Hugs come when we share a moment together. Hugs come when we need support and when we are sad. Simply put, it's a way we show our love for one another. Seniors, you had big victories worth celebrating and accomplished grand things over the past 4 years. You shared all of these moments with each other and with us. It was also you who offered one another support in times of sadness. It was you who filled these hallways with so much love. So while being in Seneca may have felt to you like a warm hug, all of Seneca was in fact touched by you. Tonight, the entire Seneca community, your teachers, coaches, mentors, parents, and classmates, give you one final hug before you leave. It is a hug for goodbye. Picture it, feel it. It feels safe, yet it is tight. It's strong because in a way, it's letting you know that you will be missed, greatly missed. It's letting you know that you shaped Seneca. You built upon Seneca's character through your dedication to one another, to your teachers, to your community. And you shaped it through your accomplishments, tragedies, and triumphs, and most importantly, through your love. But as the hug ends and Seneca's embrace releases you, know that this warm feeling will endure. When you think of Seneca, remember this hug. You will forever feel the impressions of it, arms wrapped around you tightly, caringly. You will forever feel the love you gave Seneca and Seneca gave you. You will be filled with confidence and pride, knowing that you left Seneca better and Seneca made you better. Graduates, just before the Seneca family pries our arms away from you, we offer one final tight, reassuring squeeze to say to all of you that you've got this. We can't wait to see what you do in the next phase of your lives. And it says, remember this feeling. Seneca is proud of you, and we love you. Now, in my official capacity as a superintendent of the Lenape Regional High School District, I hereby certify to the Lenape Regional High School District Board of Education that the collected members of the Seneca senior class of 2018 have fulfilled all the requirements prescribed by the state of New Jersey and local Board of Education. Further, that they have, at this time, earned the right to be awarded a Seneca High School diploma. Mr. Spector and the Board of Education members, it is my honor to present to you the members of the Seneca High School class of 2018.
At this time, I'd like to invite up our senior class advisors, Mrs. Lee Timpano and Mr. Jay Donahue, to introduce the Seneca High School class of 2018.
It gives us great pleasure to present the Seneca High School graduating class of 2018. Class President Mark Vance Otto II. Vice President Thomas Carl Scarpello.
Secretary Grace Brittany Heineman. Treasurer Owen M. Dwyer.
Historian Lisa Renee Dzinski. Student Council President Casey Joe Mitchell.
Salutatorian Kayla A. Pfeffer. Mine's different on mine. And valedictorian Alexis M. Tierney.
All right, and now to announce the rest of the names, Mark Otto and Tommy Scarpello.
Alexa A. Adams. Sophia Maria Amiano. Kayla Isabel Arroyo. Alyssa Grace Avery. Jenna Rose Birnbaum Kaminsky. Caitlin Ann Birnbaum Kaminsky. Cameron Bogert. Devin Blair Borkowski. Amari Nicole Bowman. Evelise Tylisha Bratton. Shannon Marie Briggs. Cheyenne Brilla. Tiffany Mariah Briscoe. Alexa Ray Brown. Jocelyn Taylor Brown. Casey Lynn Bryan. Morgan Christine Calabria. Olivia J. Campbell. Julia Marie Capoli. Sophia Gianna Katerina.
Matthew David Alcott. Paul F. Allenby. Anthony George Altamari. Matthew R. Angelov. Carl F. Arden. Marcel J. Aristone. Marcus J. Aristone. Daniel P. Balke. Sean C. Bernard. Ethan James Bednar. Justin Kent Bischoff. Patrick David Bogley. Samuel Charles Brendel. Shane Patrick Brennan. Jack David Brockett. Tyler Kenneth Broxton. Nathaniel James Brown. Jack Callan. Benjamin Macer Carter. Bronte Summer Castro.
Haley Gladys Chapman. Catherine E. Cromack. Sydney M. Siliberti. Kaylin Marie Cole. Julia Ann Collins. Jenna E. Denoris. Gage Somerset Day. Samantha Grace Durkis. Abigail Grace Detweiler. Mackenzie Ryan DeBella. Gabriella M. DeMena. Sapphire I. Edwards. Juliana Justine Elg. Brooke M. Fearon. Taylor M. Fisher. Samantha Paige Flynn. Suzanne Foley. Demetra Eleni Fatiu. Hannah Marie Garber. Kayla M. Gardner.
Julian Bartolomeo Chinosi. David Joseph Crane. Connor Brennan Davis. Nicholas David Decker. Nicholas A. Dengler. Gavin James Deviney. Samuel Christian Dibbling. Cole W. England. Ryan Alexander Eno. Sebastian C. Friend. Arthur David Gary. Michael P. Ginyard. John David Graff III. Ian Patrick Gray. Liam D. Green. John Blaze Gregory Jr. Bren O. Griffith Kelso. Kevin Andrew Gazelle. Austin P. Gupta. Christian Guzman.
Mackenzie Ray Garrett. Natasha K. Giovannini Sula. Megan Ray Glenn. No problem. Isabel Graff. Rachel M. Green. Madison M. Grudy. Jessica Lee Hamilton. Abigail Noel Handy. Megan E. Harvey. Kayla Rose Hay. Brianna E. Heller. Brianna Lee Ann Jean Hodge. Madeline M. Hubbs. Abigail S. Ayanada. Kylie Noel Ingling. Sarah Emily Jamerson. Kayla Scott Johnson. Juliana Elizabeth Kaiser. Emma Grace King. Jessica L. Kaiser.
Andrew S. Haas. Louis J. Henyes. Bryce C. Harness. Ryan Tyler Harrison. Ryan James Hartman. Andrew William Hasty. Maxwell S. B. Heater. Dakota R. Hicks. Owen A. Hill. Eric Hinchman. Patrick A. Hines. Lucas Joseph Hoey. Nicholas Andrew John Horner. Nicholas J. Ingram. Dylan Thomas Jaggard. Thomas Stone Michael Jeanson. Anthony Scott Johnson. Daniel Thomas Kane. Matthew Luke Keating. Mason J. King.
Julia Lee Lenher. Alexandra Nicole Lennox. Carly A. Love. Jennifer L. Mackey. Amber Sophia Malone. Brandy Massantonia. Alexis Jean Mazzata. Marjorie Jane McCardle. Samantha Grace McCluskey. Rachel Rose Murbadone. Natalie Lynn Maleska. Caitlin Dawn Morris. Sarah L. Moschini. Lauren Ann Mosser. Elizabeth Marie Musnug. Alyssa Jean Nevedomsky. Olivia C. O'Connor. Riley Grace O'Keefe. Cameron J. Olivier. Hannah Constance Packard.
Nige Taylor Kinlaw. Hunter C. Klein. Dylan James Kleiner. Dominic R. Kalikas. Daniel S. Kerp. Triton J. Kuzniacki. Nicholas R. Laria. Ryan M. Lawless. Andrew William Charles Leach. Addison J. Lee. John W. Lee Posatsky. Joseph R. Lewandowski. Kyle Patrick Lazat. Kanan M. Ladawi. Micah Blaze Litwarnia. Ryan Christopher Lopez. Christopher Joseph McCauley. Zachary Chase Malcolm. Joseph Wayne Manchio. John F. Martin.
Brenna Olivia Palmer. Esther Sojan Park. Maria Catherine Pirmiateo. Chrysula Mark Powell. Amber Lee Corderone. Raquel Angeline Quinones. Morgan Aaron Ramage. Alexa Rose Rapparelli. Alyssa Maria Rapparelli. Abigail Joan Wren. Hala Bell Rebar. Thea P. Roach. Claire Robbins. Nia Beth Roberts. Allison Diane Romer. Rachel Marie Roseborough. Cameron A. Samuel. Nicole C. Sander. Lindsay Marie Scales. Madeline Julia Scharf. Oh, just kidding.
Michael T. Moss. Ethan R. Maynard. Reagan Patrick McFarland. Evan G. McIntyre. Ryan Richard McLaughlin. Michael James McMullen. Brendan Dean Magala. Christian J. Millard. John Walker Mimlich. Alex M. Moore. Brady Lawrence Moore. Zachary Nathaniel Morton. John J. Murphy, Jr. Evan A. Noggle. Joseph K. Nolter. Jonathan Connor Norman. Kyle Alexander Oifer. Charles Francis Oliver. Blake Avery Olson. Stephen James Ott, Jr.
Madeline Julia Sharp. Lilith T. Schreiber. Olivia J. Seidlecki. Skylar Mercedes Scar. Sheridan Elizabeth Smith. Abigail L. Smith McCarty. Olivia Lee Spector. Caitlin Rose Stevenson. Callan Ann Stockton. Kelsey Nicole Stradling. Victoria H. Stiers. Chelsea Lynn Svensson Boyce. Alexandra Julia Thorpe. Brianna Alexis Tilden. Rachel L. Tossi. Carly May Toole. Devin Marie Trakener. Devin Lee Walker. Amanda Lee Wardwell. Megan Ann Warner.
Christopher S. Pasella. Matthew S. Parr. Michael J. Pauling. Nicholas D. Peck. Joseph C. Pepe. Jacob Peters. Ethan Jacob Pfeffer. Mark J. Pogozelski. Jacob M. Rad. Liam M. Riley. Matthew Tyler Rickenball. Benjamin Lennox Riddell. Stephen E. Rodishin. Daniel J. Rudolph. Matthew T. Sage. Jesse Jason Shemrife. William V. Schneider. Zachary Ryan Stephen Schreiber. Lucas Schubert Brown. Wyatt C. Shover.
Sydney P. Warner.
Yes, Sid.
Kelly Shauna White.
Shut up, Haley.
Hayden Elizabeth Wilkes. Taylor Lee Wilson. Danielle Marie Yeager.
Zachary L. Sinclair. Patrick M. Smith. Nicholas Michael Spragg. Matthew D. Stewart. Zachary L. Tubick. Aaron Reese Usinowitz. Jake R. Valeriano. Ryan T. Vanella. Matthew James Wigley. Eric L. Witten, Jr. Jacob T. Wong. Dale M. Worrell. Jared Lake Worrell. Nicholas John Yanessa. Nicholas J. Zickler. And Zachary D. Zoltowski. Wait till everybody gets back, you know?
Mm-hmm. And then you'll do my...
I'm going to pass it forward. So let's wait a second on it because I'll move mine and then I'll move yours. Okay.
Seniors, please stand if you're not already. Please join me in my last duty as your senior class president. Please take your tassel with your left hand and move it from the right to the left. This concludes our proceedings tonight. Congratulations, class of 2018. We did it!